been denied something that you wanted? What made you deserve that? Right? What made you deserve that? And that is what we need to understand here, is we are deserving of nothing, but we're going to expect everything from Allah. When I ask for dua, I expect it to be kabul. Ridiculous things. I'm 45 and I still ask for basketball championship. You know how ridiculous that is? And it still happens. What made you deserve just want a ring? Right? Why? Because I know Allah's going to give it to me. Simple. It's simple. Simple math, right? Simple math. He knows. Ask him. Simple. There's nothing you ask for that Allah cannot give you, right? And I'll tell you something. When you die, you're going to have these things helping you. And like, oh, where'd you come from? Well, how are you helping me? Those are the du'as that Allah held on for you to help you when you die and didn't give you in this world. So every time you ask Allah for something He's not giving it to you, you should thank Him for that too. Simple. You know, I've been on this patience kick lately, and I've been telling everyone, and I'm going to tell you this, right? Every situation in your life, you can do two things. You can worry or you can be thankful, but you can't do both. You either worry or thankful. You can't do both. You're either thankful, right, or you're going to worry. And if you're going to worry, you're going to continue to worry. And if you're thankful, then you have no worries. Simple, right? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, most merciful. Why? Why do we start everything with that? Because everything you're doing is either a benefit of Allah or something for which you need Allah's mercy. So when you're sinning, when you're doing something that you want to hide from yourself, right? Still, don't forget your Lord. That's when you need Him the most. And that's when people think, yo, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. I can't think about Allah till tomorrow. No, think about it right now. And it'll protect you right now, right? And then, you know, that is what we're here for, right? Look, we're Muslims, dude, right? I'm born here. I'm born here. I'm born here. I was born in the U.S. too, right? My parents came here in '71. I said that yesterday. Why do I keep talking about my father? Because my father came here for the American dream, right? The American dream. Who talks about the American dream anymore? Seriously. Like, I'm American. I love America. I'm not going to come here and bash America, right? I'm more American than my neighbor who probably came here from England in 1700s, right? 4th of July, I'm all about it, right? I love being American, but the American dream is not something people talk about anymore, right? So our parents came here for something that's gone, right? Why did parents actually come here? Why? Because you and you and you and you and you and me and you were chosen by Allah to talk about Bibi Fatima. Mama said part of the world that hasn't had this talk about Bibi Fatima. Imam Hussein, we're here to save our neighbors. We're here to save this part of the world. And you can either rise to that occasion and learn and understand what happened in Karbala and why it happened, or you cannot. Or you can come here and listen and listen to the Maulana. You spit in some Quran bars yesterday. Amazing Maulana is brought here, right? We can listen to this, we can learn from it, we can change our life, we can change other people's lives, we can go through the motions, right? Why did Imam Hussein go to Karbala? There's no competition in Islam, right? Talk about sports. There's no competition in Islam, right? If I want something, I should want you to want it more than me, and that makes Allah happy. If I think I'm great, I should look at you and say, how this guy looks younger than me. How lucky is he? He's had less time to do sin than me. I should look at my uncle here and say, how lucky is he? He's had more time to do sawab than me, right? I shouldn't stand here and say, yo, I'm the best, right? That is not Islam, right? In fact, Allah tells us there are certain people who you should revere. Your parents, your elders, scholars, the imams, right? That's it. Other than that, everybody is to look at them and you pray for them before you pray for yourself, right? No competition in Islam. And as a result of that, right, he also put on this earth, what's the first person he put on this earth, right? First person. Who? Prophet. What did you say before Adam? Prophet. You see? Created the earth, put leadership on this earth. This is who you follow. Undisputed, right? Nobody coordinated him, right? Allah gave him the crown. And that is what Karbala is about. It's about who has the crown. Who is our leader? Our leader is our living Imam. Imam Mahdi Sahib was Imam of Islam. And I tell you, and I tell you to establish a relationship where Allah is your friend. Imam is Imam as a friend too. And if you're not establishing a relationship with him, you're wasting your life, right? Very simple. Call to him. Ask him. If you you're sad, right? You're gonna text me, yo, Kumel, I'm sad, I'm having a bad day. I can tell you a joke, but you tell your mom, my mom, I am sad. I am sad, my mom. You watch what happens. I'm not kidding. Next time you're sad, don't text someone. You ain't got no jokes. Tell your mom, I'm sad, my mom. I'm sad, and I don't want to be sad. And your day will change because that's his job. Because that's his job. What was Imam Hussein doing till the last second he stood on the land of Karbala? He was doing his job. He was trying to lead the people who were trying to kill him, right? And you know what? It worked. It worked. There were some people at the last minute changed to his side, right? So there were some people who died trying to defend his lifeless body, right? So to the last minute, he never gave up, and you guys don't give up either, right? Very, very lucky people, right? You know, people were sitting in the presence of Hazrat Ali alayhi salam one day, his companions, right? They were super arrogant bunch, right? They thought, hey, we saw the Prophet, we saw Hazrat Ali, we're the best, right? We're the best. And they wanted to hear that, right? You know, sometimes, the kids will come and ask, hey, Dad, do you like what I did? You know, my wife like, hey, how do I look today? You know, there's an answer they're looking for, right? These people, the companions of Hazrat Ali, they had an answer they were looking for. Hey, our Imam, who are the luckiest Muslims in the history of time? Who are the luckiest Muslims, right? Now you would think people in the presence of Prophet Muhammad, people in the presence of Hazrat Ali, right? Hazrat Ali looked at them and what did he say? He said, there's going to be Muslims at a time when the Imam has been disappeared to them and they're going to still wait for him. There are going to be Muslims at a time when the world is going to turn to evil, right? Everything that is valued in Islam is going to be is devalued in Islam is going to be valued. Everything that is devalued in, everything that is to be done in Islam, people are going to make fun of it. They're going to put it down. Isn't that the world we live in? Right? Hazrat Ali said, we are the luckiest Muslims in the history of time. How does it make you guys feel to hear that? Listen to what I'm saying. How does it, if you don't feel anything from what I'm saying, my brothers, you're not listening to me. Hazrat Ali says we are the luckiest Muslim of all time. Right? Why? Right? Why? Because we have a chance. We have an opportunity. We have a responsibility to wait for our Imam when we don't know if we've ever seen him. Right? We've never been in his presence. Right? You might have seen him. Right? You might have seen him and not known. But we're too arrogant to know anything. Purge your body of arrogance. Purge your body of selfishness. Purge your body of jealousy. And call to your Imam as your friend. You're scared to call to him as your Imam? Right? You should be. You should be scared to call for because of the things we spend our lives doing. Call to him as your friend and watch him respond. Call to Allah as your friend and watch him respond. It's a difference. There's a difference. I'm telling you right now, right? My life changed once I realized that. Changed. You can sit there and tell you for hours on end how it changed. I tell you trivial things about winning trophies. I'll tell you a million things that happened once I accepted the fact that I have no friend and no helper except Allah. Change my life, right? And you're here not to change your life, but to change everyone else's life, right? You are lucky enough to be born with the love of the Ahlul Bayt inside of you. That's why we're all here today, isn't it? We already love the Ahlul Bayt, right? If not that we're trying to, that is lucky for us, right? We should be teaching that to other people. We should be teaching that to other people, right? This speech I should be giving outside like the Christians do. Do you know Jesus is coming? Right? Don't they do that? But we're in this house right here saying, hey, do you know that Imam Zaman is already here? Right? Think about that. Right? We have a responsibility. You know what people think about Muslims? You know, growing up, I used to think that people would look at us. I grew up in Huntington Beach. I was one of the 3 brown people in my school that were Mexican, okay? And as a result, I was treated as such, right? I went to Indiana for law school. I was one of the 2 people, including Mexicans, that were brown in Indiana, right? And I used to see how people looked at me. And now I realize something. You know, people think when they look at Muslims, they think we have the best of everything. They do. They might not like us, right? They might fear us, but they look at us and they think that we have the best of everything. This is the truth. Why? Because it is the truth, right? And why is Allah giving us this importance? So we understand, right, that we have a responsibility. Okay, why did I start the speech with Surah Kafirun. Why? Because Surah Kafirun, it says, nowhere in there does it say, go and tell these people, the kafirs, that Allah's the right path. It says, you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe, right? Not go and preach to them, right? Why do people follow Prophet Muhammad and Hazrat Ali? Because they wanted to be like them, right? You saw Hazrat Ali, like, how do I be like that? You saw Prophet Muhammad, like, how do I be like that? And that is your responsibility, my friend. That is your responsibility, right? Dress nicely, conduct yourself nicely with manners, right? With confidence, with strength, and people are going to gravitate to that strength and say, yo, how'd you get that strength? And you tell them, because I know the story of Hussein, right? I said that Allah tells us who to revere, right? Okay, He told us they're prophets, right? Among the prophets, there's the best prophets, right? Hazrat Nuh, Hazrat Ibrahim, Hazrat Isa, Hazrat Musa, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How about the worst people, right? There are 5 worst creations, right? Imam Muhammad Bakr said this is Hayat al-Qalib Shaitan. Okay? Qabil, Nimrod, Pharaoh, and Muawiyah. Right? And one of those 5 people who our Imam said is the worst person ever created was claiming leadership. Right? Muawiyah did that. And after he died, leadership, according to the treaty that he had signed with Imam Hassan, the leadership was supposed to go to Imam Hussein, wasn't it? But instead, Yazid claimed it. Right? I'll talk about who Yazid was, right, another day, so you understand what a disgusting act that was to say, follow this, not just for a Muslim, but for anybody to say, this is your leader. You think Trump is bad? You think Biden's bad? You think Bush is bad? Right? Wants to talk about the leaders we have now? Yazid took the cake on all of those, man. It was bad, right? And so, the Mulana said yesterday when they called Imam Hussein for bayat, for allegiance. He said, how can a man like me give allegiance to a man like you? Right? I'm incapable of giving you allegiance because Allah put the crown on me. And people are being killed all over the place for loving Hazrat Ali alayhi salam, for taking allegiance for Imam Hussein alayhi salam. They love him so much, they didn't care. I don't care. Kill me. Kill me. They didn't care. Right? Inshallah, we'll do that too for our Imam, right? Kill me. He's my Imam, I don't care. And Imam Hussein said, enough is enough, we're leaving. We're leaving. And where were they going? Were they going to Karbala? Right? They left, hey, let's go. Hey, Karbala sounds good this time of year. No. First they're going to Makkah, right? They're going to go do, they left the day before Hajj. We'll talk about why that is too, right? But they went to Makkah, and then they were going to Kufa. Why? The Kufa sent them letters saying, Imam, come to us. Imam Hussein also sent a letter to his brother-in-law in India. See, Imam Zainul Abidin's mother was Sher Banu. She had a sister named Mer Banu. Mer Banu was married to the king of India, to the Raj in India. And Imam Hussein had written a letter and asked Imam Zainul Abidin to write a letter to your brother-in-law and ask him if he could, to your uncle. And he wrote a letter to his brother-in-law asking them for safe patches and can we come? And so they were headed in that direction. They ended up in Karbala. Why? Imam Hussein's horse wouldn't move anymore. Right? Not only did Imam Hussein's horse didn't move anymore, we tell the story, but the letter had come from Ibn Ziyad to Umar bin Saad to Hur saying, hey, don't let them leave here. They're going to stay here. And I said yesterday that the kids got out and started playing in the water, jumping around because the Euphrates was there, right? Right? They're so happy, right? In the back of everyone's mind, hey, maybe we're just going to live here. And they were fine with it, right? But then the army came and said, move these tents. You can't be near the water. And Hazrat Abbas so angry, right? Hazrat Abbas so angry. What are you talking about? We have children. What are you talking about? Hazrat Ali Akbar taking Hazrat, standing up to back Hazrat Abbas. Like, what are you guys thinking, right? And Imam Hussein said, no, we can't fight now. People are going to think it's about water. If they want to kill Hussein, let them kill Hussein to kill Hussein. Not for water, not for anything else. They want to kill me, let it be for one reason, and that's to kill me. And nobody will ever forget that. Or else to this day, we'd be like, oh, they wanted water, and they stood up for water. These poor people wanted water. They didn't want water. They wanted freedom. They wanted freedom. Freedom from a tyrannical government. Isn't that what we want to this day? Everybody who followed Imam Hussein wasn't part of his kafila, right? And his 1,000 soldiers, right, eavesdropping on them, reporting back, right? They were the people, right? And I know some people hear me say Hur, right? And it bothers because I'm supposed supposed to say Hazratur, but until I give the majlis of him, until I make everyone understand, I want you to know who this man was. He was a man keeping Imam Hussein for water. That was who Hur was, right? He was a man who was telling him, if you go this way, I'm going to have to kill you. I don't want to do that. This is who Hur was. He was a man keeping Imam Hussein and his kids for water, right? And there was also a man named Wahab ibn Qalib, right? He had just been married. He was a Christian dude, right? He was with his mother, right? His mother was a firecracker, man. She was very, very aggressive lady, right? And he had a young wife. He was a tall, very good 5 minutes. He was a tall, really, nice physique like some of them, right? And he was walking with Imam Hussein. Why? We can walk alone, me and my fam, or there's these people, and they seem kind of interesting. And we'll walk with them, see what's going on. Imam Hussein would give sermons. He would feed everybody. He would make sure everyone had water. And so Wahab would walk with him. He was a Christian man. He was Christian. His mother's Christian. His wife Christian. Right? Very pious people. So they would pray, and then they would see Imam Hussein pray, right? All the way to Karbala. When they reached Karbala, the soldiers started arriving, right? Soldiers started arriving. What's going on? And Imam Hussein told him, he said, yo, you should go. You're done. I'm staying here. You go. So what's going on here? So all these people are here to kill me. And Wahab looked at him. And he then was sad. They're here to kill you. What did you do? You are such a great person. The people who follow you are such great. They're here to kill you. And he went to his mom, who's been Christian all her life. And he said, Mother, I can't be this man. They're going to kill him. I want to stand with him. And she said to him, she said, my son, you do whatever you think is best, and I'll support you. And so when the challenge came from the Yazidiyat, when they started to say, send your soldiers out, right? Habib ibn Mazahir stood up. Zubair ibn Kain stood up. And Imam Hussein looked at this boy, Wahab, 18 years old. And he said, you know what? He looks like he'd be a match for them. You go. He gave him permission to fight. And what a junk that he fought, right? He killed 2 of the greatest soldiers of Yazid's army. He was fighting such a great battle, and he kept returning and looking towards his wife and looking towards his mother, and his mother told him, she said, no, go back. Don't return to me until you've given your life for this man. That's what you wanted to do. That's what this Christian mother said. And he went back and he started fighting. And then, see, there were rules of war back in the day, man-to-man combat, right? But man-to-man combat wasn't working. So they rushed this guy, they surrounded him, they threw a spear at him, a spear in his shoulder. His wife saw this. She was a young wife. She started crying. She said, no, don't take my husband from me. And Imam Hussein went and stood by her, and he told her, he said, he's fighting for righteousness. She looked at him and she asked him, she said, if he goes to heaven, will I go with him? He said, yes, you will. She said, so she covered her eyes and couldn't watch him fight. But Imam was watching him, fearlessly watching him. And when they surrounded him, and when they were tackling him, and when they were cutting his body up, she took one of the tent poles. The mother did, the old mother. She started attacking the battlefield, and Imam Hussein said, no, women do not fight in Islam. That's what the men do. I can't let you do that. Please come back. And she listened to the Imam, and she put it down, and she was so angry, right? And then, right then, the people had seen this old lady coming to the battlefield. They seen this old lady standing up for the Imam that she had just met. And they started to disperse because the Wahab was dead. Wahab was dead, and his wife came and started crying over his head, this young girl. She was crying over her newly wedded husband's head, crying. And Shimmer saw this, and he took a mace. Do you know what a mace is? It's a stick with a chain, and at the chain there's a ball at the end of it, and he hit her in the back of the head. This lady, this young girl, was the first lady shaheed in Karbala. That's right. Women died in Karbala. Children died in Karbala. This lady was a Christian all her life, and she stood up and died for Imam Hussein, just like her son did. And then Shimmer took the head of the son and threw it towards the mother. To goat her. So you're going to stay with them? And the mother took the head off and dusted the dust off of it, and kissed it and threw it back and said, I gave my son a sadaqah, and I don't take my sadaqah back. That is the conviction that we should have for our Imam. I'll tell you something. How many people are in here? You know why our Imam is not here? Because we aren't ready for him. It's waiting for us. If we're ready to be here, you want your Imam to come? Change yourself. Change yourself. Learn. Understand what happened in Karbala. Understand why Imam Hussein was there, what he was doing, what his mission was, and why to this day that story gives us hope. And I'm going to leave you with one last thing. I know my time is up, right? This week, I want you to focus on building a relationship with your living Imam. Building a relationship with your Lord, who is everything. He is everything to you. Why do you not have a relationship with him? Muhammad wa ala Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.